A warm welcome to you, my dear children. Welcome back to Unit 9, Lesson number 9, Chapter 4. In this session, children, we are going to discuss preparing of a bank account. Starting with balances, opening balances. And we are going to record transactions related to check issuings, check receivings, check deposits, and dishonored checks. Transactions related to issuing of checks, receiving of checks, how to record these two, how to record depositing of checks, and recording dishonored checks. Furthermore, transactions with discounts, when we issue checks with a discount received, and when we receive checks with discounts by allowing discounts, by giving discounts when we receive checks from our debtors. How to record all these in this activity. Children, this is your activity number 1 in the lesson. This is from the textbook. So you can refer to your textbooks right now and start the activity with me. Shall we? Alright, here we go. The following balances were in the books of Sahanabe Nayaka's business. Right, this guy's name is Sahanabe Nayaka. Sahanabe Nayaka must be a sole trader. Most of the time, the businesses that we get in these lessons, during these lessons, are sole traderships. So Sahanabe Nayaka's business, given balances as at, alright, 1st June 2021, let's say 21. 1st June 2021, okay. Given balances, children, we have cash 90,000, debtors 60,000, capital 70, creditors 80,000. We have debtors and creditors. All right. We don't have specific names of debtors like first, second, third. Likewise, we don't have specific names for creditors like, Sahan, Malinga, Ashan, creditor, Shanika, Umaya, Amaya, no names, okay, but just mentioned as debtors and creditors. No names mentioned. All right, with that, children, we have some transactions given. These transactions has taken place during the month of June. So for an entire month, set of transactions we are about to record in the bank account, and maybe the cash account also, cash book also will be involved. Let's see. All right, what are we required to do? Can you see the required part? We are required to prepare the bank account for the month of June, for the month ended on 30th June, and balance it. Then post the entries to the other relevant ledger accounts. Simple. All right, let's start. Okay. First, if balances are given, children, this is a running business. Okay, this is a continued business, not a newly started business, not a commencement, not a new commencement. This is a continued business. So at the end of last period, at the end of the, let's say, last month, from the last month, there are balances carried forward or brought forward to this month. Cash, we have a balance of 90. debtors 60, capital and creditors. I have told you very, very clearly, children, very, very clearly. I have told you that if opening balances are given, what? If opening balances are given? Children, you need to draw the accounts for the given balances to record the given balances. You can't forget those. Let's start with these accounts. Cash. So when we get a cash balance, we need to check out first. Is this a cash at hand balance or a cash at bank? Is it a bank balance or a cash balance? Well, seems to me it should be a cash balance, cash at hand balance. All right. Well, when you look at the first transaction, you can confirm it. Opening a bank current account by depositing 25,000. Bank current account is not yet opened. No, not opened yet. So this 90,000 is the cash at hand. It's the cash at hand, okay? So cash balance is given, so we need to draw a cash account. Not just a cash account, we'll draw a cash book. Should draw a cash book. And we need a bank book too. Right, cash book and bank book. All right. Children, this is your cash book. I have given you these easy methods to remember when we draw the formats of the cash book, and same method can be used for the bank book. First we draw the T. First we draw the T format. Headers, one row for the headers. Small things lead to big things. That's the method, right? Small things lead to big things. Small things lead to big things, right? I somewhere in a class, in one of my classes, I had one of the students when he was in my class and drawing a cash book format. He remembered the columns using the same method, a similar method, but he was saying kettu mahata mahata, kettu mahata mahata. Different methods. You can use different methods. Your own method to remember these things. Okay? I always say small things lead to big things. Both sides, debit side and credit side. Small things lead to big things. Okay? Kettu mahata mahata. Doesn't matter. Debit and credit. Debit side, credit side. Debit and credit. Okay? And remember, children, there are discounts involved. So on both sides, we need a discount column just next to the amount column. Both sides, debit side and credit side, we need discount columns. Okay, just next to the amount column. Okay, this is the amount column. Right? I will draw a discount column. I'm going to divide the amount column to 2 so that right, okay. So I divided the amount column to 2 for discounts and for amounts. All right. This side also 2 for discounts and amounts. This is the cash book, children. Let's not waste any more time because we have drawn these. We have done several cash books during our previous sessions. Yeah. But today you will draw another bank book. That is a new thing. We haven't drawn bank books or bank accounts in our earlier sessions, right? But the surprising fact, the surprising point is it's the same format. Surprised? Well, no need to be surprised. Cash book and the bank book both have very similar formats. Very similar formats, all right? Having said that, I can start drawing the bank book. Can start drawing the bank book. The T format first, all right? Divided the debit and credit sides. Then what? Then the headers row for headers. There you go. The row for headers. The row for headers. T format. Now we have equal sides. Now columns. Same way you drew the cash book. Same columns. All right. Small things lead to big things. Small things lead to big things. Now you divide the amount column to 2 for discounts and for amounts. All right. There you go. Bank book. We are done with bank book. We can say bank account or bank book, it doesn't matter. All right. Fine. We are going to the next slide to draw the other accounts. What other accounts do we need now? We need a debtors account. We need a creditors account. Yeah. I'm not really worried about the straightness of my lines today because we need to finish this. Right? So, debtors account, creditors account, capital account. Capital account. And we will need many more accounts, right? Just for the given balances, we drew the necessary accounts. The given balances. Let's record the balances now. Here we go. Cash, we have 90,000. We'll put that, the balance brought forward. Balance brought forward 90,000 in the amount column, debit side. All right. Don't forget the date. This is the first of the month. First of the month. I have not mentioned my headers for each row. All right, if you insist, I will just put the very important headers, the amount columns and the discount columns. All right, I'll put the headers for the amount columns and for the discount columns. This side, discount, received. Can you see? This is discount received, all right? Correct, right? So, on the debit side, if we have discount received, on the credit side, we have discount allowed. All right, like this, discounts allowed. Yeah? Correct? All right. Moving on. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. It is wrong. Who noticed it? You should notice. It's wrong. In the debit side, discount column is not the discount received column. It is the discounts allowed column. And on the credit side, it is not discounts allowed, it should be discounts received. Pay attention. And you memorize these things, children, my dear students. If you don't memorize these things, no, your accounts, your books of accounts, preparing the cash books and bank books will not be successful. All right. Memorize the things. These are important. Discounts allowed on this side. Discounts received on credit side. Discounts received. Okay? Remember, make this point a point to remember. Okay, I hope you will. Cash book and the balance is recorded. It is 90,000. Okay? Now, check whether we have a bank balance, children. Bank balance. Among the balances, no bank balance. No, not yet. Bank account is not open yet. It's here. We checked the very first transaction and we decided that we need a bank account. That's why we ruled the bank account. We have debtors 60, capital 70, creditors 80. Let's go to the debtors and creditors accounts. Debtors. Creditors. Capital. Debit, credit, debit, credit, debit, credit. Every account must have debit and credit. Okay. Debit in the left, credit in the right, debit in the left, credit in the right. Okay. Recording balances. Debtors BBF, balance brought forward, 60,000. Creditors BBF, balance brought forward, 80,000. Yeah? Correct, right? Debtors BBF on the debit side, creditors BBF on the debit side, and let's record the capital, balance brought forward. Did you say something? Did you say something? Did somebody say something? Good. Good. For the second time, again. Did somebody notice this? It's wrong. You don't record the balance of the creditors' accounts in the debit side. You don't record the balance brought forward in the balance of creditors on the debit side. It's wrong. The balance of creditors always should be on the credit side. Okay? Here we go. Balance brought forward, 80,000 on the credit side. On the credit side. Capital, which side? Capital balance in the capital account. The balance brought forward should be on which side? Credit. Why, when I was erasing the balance which I recorded on the credit side, when I was erasing it, you said debit. You said, yeah, the capital account. Oh, the balance should be on the debit side. You said it, right? Accept it. Well, good if you remembered that the balance should be on the credit side in the capital account. Good if you remembered. Okay, fine. We have the balances recorded. Let's go and check out the transactions, huh? Am I forgetting something? Okay, just take a look at all my accounts and tell me whether I have forgotten something, whether I have dropped something here. Tell me. Nothing? Can we just move on? Moving on? I forgot the dates. Well, not forgot. I didn't record the dates. The date should be 1st of the month. Every balance brought forward should be recorded on the 1st of that month. So the date should be here, 1st of June. The date should be here, right? Don't forget the dates. All right. Moving on. First transaction. Opening a bank current account by depositing 25,000. Okay. Now only we are opening the current account. Now only we are opening the current account here. Okay. But we ruled a bank account just in case, because we noticed this transaction, we have already ruled a bank account. So likewise, you should be mindful when you are doing a question. You should realize and you should notice what things you need, because first of all you should go through the question. Go through the question first. Okay, we went through the question first. That's why we noticed that there is a bank account involved, and we are opening a current account by depositing 25,000, which means cash at hand. Cash at hand goes out, decreases. Cash at hand decreases. So cash book is credited and a bank account is opened. Bank balance increases. Bank book debited. Double entry, cash credit, bank debit. Okay. Opening a bank current account, 25,000. The date is 5th June. Cash credit. Description bank, 25,000. Bank debit. The date should be 3rd. 5th. This is 5th. It's 5th though, right? Not 3rd. It's 5th. Cash book credit. Bank book debit. Description cash. 25,000. Oh, we haven't mentioned the discount columns. Mention the discount columns. All right, children. Discount allowed. Discounts received. Okay. This is the amount column, rupee sign on each corner. On each corner. This corner and that corner. I told you that the bank book, the bank account format is very similar to the cash book format. Okay. Right. So, all right, we recorded the first transaction, children. Double entry done. Where is the double entry? Here is the double entry. Where's the double entry? Here is the double entry. Credit, debit. Next transaction. 8th, bought goods for resale by issuing a check amounting to 20,000. That means we have bought goods. Purchases. We need a purchases account. But first of all, tell me the double entry. Bought goods for resale. Bought goods. We are spending cash and buying goods for the business. More goods coming into the business. More goods, more stock coming into the business. So goods increase, cash decrease. Actually, not cash. Cash at hand. Not cash at hand. Cash at bank decreases because it's a check. Because it is a check. Yup. Tell me the double entry. Cash at bank decreases. So cash book credit. Cash at bank decreases. So cash book credit. Well, how do you credit the cash book when the cash at bank decreases? How do you credit the cash book when bank decreases? Bank book credit, not the cash book. Cash at bank, bank money decreases, right? So bank book credit, goods account debit because goods increase. When goods are bought, more goods means goods increase. Bank money decreases. So bank credit, goods debit. No, there is no goods account. Which account should be debited? Purchases account. Very good. So check number 40, 20,000. Bank account should be credited. Bank account should be credited. Saying purchases, description purchases, 20,000, 8th transaction, bank account credit, purchases account should be debit. Now do we have a purchases account? Do we? No, we don't. So we need to draw a purchases account. All right, purchases account. Purchases account. Purchases account we didn't have, so we drew. We are rolling new accounts when and wherever we need. Purchases account should be debit. Description bank, 20,000. Date is 8th. Okay. Double entry done. Done. Bank account credit. Purchases account debit. Okay. All right. Second transaction done. Moving on to third. 10th of June. Deposited the following checks. Deposited the following checks. Now, children, there are some checks that we don't even know about. See? 1, 2, 3. We don't even know these checks because we haven't received these checks here. So what? Where did this check come from? These checks, where did they come from? We don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We have some checks in our cash till or in our cash register. We are going to deposit them. We are going to deposit them. Okay? Yeah. Check number 68. Oh, did we record this earlier? Check number? Check number 40. It's better if you can record, huh? Now check number 68, 12,000 received from a debtor. We have deposited the following checks. 12,000 check, which is in our cash till. We have gone and deposited this 12,000 check. That simply means, children, we are sending out one check which was in the cash till, which was in the cash register. So cash at hand decreases, credit. Cash book credit, bank money increases, bank balance increases because that check goes to the bank. Then bank balance increases, bank debit. Check number 68, bank debit. Check number 68, 12,000. Cash credit, 10th. Check number 68, 12,000. Okay. What is the next check? This check is recorded, it's done. Check 75, this one. Check number 75. 18,000 received from the cash sales of goods. This check is a 18,000 check and it has been received from the cash sales of goods. Cash sales. We have sold goods and received not cash but a check. Put it, we have kept it in our cash drawer in the cash till. That check is going to the bank now. Same double entry. 18,000 debited in the bank account. Debited in the bank account, 18,000. Description cash. Check number 75. 18,000. Bank debit. Cash credit. Check 75. 18,000. Double entry correctly done. Okay. Double entry recorded. Next check. There were 3 checks as I can remember. What is the other? We have finally a check number 66. A check which is check number 66. 18,000 again received from a debtor. It's not the same check. This check was received from cash sales. This check was a cash sale, but this check has been received from it had been collected from a debtor. But the same amount, don't get confused now. Don't get confused. Same amount. 18,000 above and 18,000 below. But 2 different checks. Check number 66, 18,000 deposited in the bank. Deposited in the bank. Same double entry. Same double entry. Bank debit, cash credit. Description cash. Check number 66. 18,000, same amount. Alright. Bank debit, cash credit. Check number 66. 66, yeah? 18,000. Same amount, it doesn't matter. We have already noticed that. We are done with that transaction now. Good. Okay. Next transaction, 15th of the month. Rupees 10,000 of cash was deposited in the current account. Not a check this time, it's cash. Cash which is in the till, we take out. How much? 10,000 of cash. Take out and send it to the bank to deposit in the bank. So cash decreases, cash at hand. Cash at bank increases, because from the cash at hand, money goes to cash at bank, to the bank. You know the double entry. Cash credit, bank debit. 10,000, 15th day of the month. Cash credit, bank debit. 15th day. Same description, bank. There is no check. 10,000 is credited in the amount column. Bank account or the bank book, 15th day of the month. No check number. 10,000 debited. Right. We did it somewhat quick. Rather quick, right? That's good. Let's see the next transactions. This page is done. We recorded up to the last transaction. Now we are going to the next page. A check received, check number 68, from a debtor had been deposited in the bank and it was dishonored. Oh, now that is a problem. That is the problem. These checks which these debtors send to us, or these debtors hand over, or these debtors pay to us, these checks are getting returned. That is a problem, children. Well, I'm just playing the role of a businessman. It's not a problem for us, but in day-to-day businesses, getting checks returned, checks being dishonored is a headache. It is a problem. It is a problem. Now this check number 68, which was received from a debtor, had been deposited and it had been dishonored. Check returned. Returned. Okay. Let's see how to record this. Yeah. It's not a big deal, but be careful when you learn, when you memorize. This check has already been deposited in the bank, children. So what we do is we go to our bank account and we check whether we have this check number 68. In the bank account, debit side, do we have a check number 68? Somebody check this and tell me. Debit side, we have a check number 68. Have it. It's here. It's a 12,000 check. Cash book has been credited. Bank book has been debited. This is the double entry, children. Cash book credit 12,000, bank book debit 12,000. This check has been returned. That means the debtor, it's as good as the debtor has not paid us. It's as good as the debtor hasn't paid. The debtor gave us a check number 68. If you further want to clarify this, I will show you the check number. This check. This check. Check number 68. This check. And we deposited this check in the bank. Bank says there's a problem, that guy has no money in his account, or there is an issue with the check, so we are rejecting the check. It's dishonored. That's why I said it's a problem. But how do we record it? Check number 68, 12,000. We already marked it in our books. This is the check. Now it has been dishonored. So what we do is we reverse. Is that what we do? No, we don't reverse. We don't put to the cash book debit and bank book credit. No. Yes, we have to credit the bank book. Yes, that we should do. We should credit the bank book. This entry should go to the credit side of the bank book. But cash book is not involved here because the check was in the cash drawer or the cash till, and we took out the check from the cash till and we sent to the bank. So cash decreased and cash book was credited. End of story. There's nothing more in the cash book. Now we recorded, because we recorded in the debit side of the bank account, debit side, this should be cancelled. So we credit the bank book and we debit to the debtor because that guy has not paid us now. We should notice that. We should mention that in his account, not in the cash account. All right. Putting to the bank book credit. Check number 60, 68, debtor. $12,000. And we go to find the debtor. All right. We're not going to do anything to him. We're not going to scold him or blackguard him, blame him, saying, No, we are not going to do anything. But we are going to credit his account. We are going to credit his account. 15th of the month. Bank. $12,000. All right. Double entry done. Bank book credit. Debtors account credit. Yeah. Shall we move on? How come both accounts are credited? How come? Who noticed? Did you notice? This is a common error that most of the students do. They don't sometimes remember that the bank account was credited because there is a debit entry too. They get confused and they credit the debtor's account. It's wrong because at this point of time, at this instance, the check is dishonored, which means the check is returned back to us. So bank balance, it's like decreasing. So credit the bank and debit the debtor, not credit the debtor. This is a mistake that I have always seen very common among the students. Take this point to remember. All right, debit the debtor with that 12,000. Debit. 15th of the month, bank, mention the check number, 68, 12,000. Okay, now it's done. I mean the credit entry and the debit entry. Okay, next transaction. This is done. Check number 68, it had been deposited and it was dishonored. Okay, issuing of the following checks. We have issued for rent and for creditors. 20th of the month, check number 41, check number 42, 8,000 and 15,000. Issuing of checks means bank money goes out. Bank money is paid, so decreases. Bank credit, 8,000 and 15,000. Let's credit the bank. 20th of the month, rent 8,000. This is check number 41. Then same date, creditors, check number 42, 15,000. Okay, putting the double entries. We need a rent account. We don't have a rent account. We should draw a rent account. Rent account should draw. We will draw it somewhere here. Okay. Okay. Rent account. 8,000 debit. Description bank. 20th of the month. 20th of the month. Okay. The second one is creditors. Check number 42, 15,000. We already have a creditors account. So let's go to the creditors account. 15,000 creditors. $15,000 here. Description bank. Clear? Is it clear? Okay. Just check whether the double entries are correct. Bank account, credit, rent and creditors. Rent and creditors, debit. See, rent is here. Rent is debit. Creditors also debit. Okay, moving on. Right, we are done with that. Rent and creditors. Okay. Mention the check numbers. I didn't mention the check numbers in the bank book. Okay. The check issued for payment of for the payment of rent had been dishonored. This check has been dishonored. That is a problem, isn't it? Yeah, a check is dishonored. This check 8,000 issued for paying of rent has been dishonored. Now we can reverse. This is a straightforward payment. The payment was done from the bank account. So bank money decreased. That's why we credited the bank account here. See, that's why we credited the bank account. But now that check is actually, it's been returned. Which means this 8,000 was not taken from our bank. The check was returned before the money was given, before the cash was issued for the check. Now we can reverse. Okay, we can debit the bank account, credit the rent account. Debit the bank account, debit the bank account, rent, check number 41, right? Check number 41, 8,000. Bank was debited because to reverse and to record the dishonored check. Bank debit, rent account credit. Where is the rent account? It's here. Credit. Saying bank check number 68. If you want, you can mention check return 8,000. Are we done? All the transactions finished? No, we just did this and we ticked it. Next, 28. A new check bearing rent 40. A new check bearing rent. Bearing check number 43. 8,000 was issued instead of the dishonored check. Another check has been issued. Well, it's the same thing. Another check, a new check has been again issued. Check number 43. Again, the bank money goes down because money goes out from the bank. Bank credit, rent account debit. Same double entries because these are expenses. When the first check was returned, when this was returned, dishonored, we had to give a new check because the landlord is waiting. He's impatient. He's asking us to leave the building. He's asking us to get out of the building. Well, maybe not that harsh, but if the rent check has been returned, the landlord will be like, what's your deal? So what's your problem? If your checks are getting returned, pay me with cash. He will be something like that, right? Somewhat out of place, upset. So we have issued a new check for him. It's this one. Finally, 27th. How come after 28, 27 is here? It should be 29 maybe. Maybe. 29. The check valued at 17,000 bearing check number 105 received from cashiers was deposited in the same time. So it's a cash sale, but not cash. We have received a check. We accepted the check, did not keep it in the cash till, didn't put it in the cash drawer, sent it to the bank directly. And it was a 17,000 check, check number 105. Cash sale, deposited in the same time. A check going to the bank, so bank money increases. A check going to the bank, bank money increases, so bank debit. Bank debit, right? Finally, we can write sales, check number 105, This is 29th of the month, 17,000, and sales account should be credited. You draw a sales account. I'm not gonna turn the pages. I'm just gonna draw a rough sales account here, and I'm gonna credit it with 17. I'm gonna credit it with 17,000. Okay. Sales account 17,000 credit. Description bank. Check number, if you want, you can mention check 105. Done. Last transaction recorded. Double entry. Okay. Double entry. Okay. Debit and credit. All right, children. That's that. Well, the question is over. Yeah, question is over. You can happily, everybody is happy, and wrap up the session. Yeah. No. There's another part. Prepare the bank account for the month and balance it. We did not balance it. We didn't balance it. Let's balance. But did we post the entries to the relevant ledger accounts? Yeah. Balance them? We'll try. Okay. We'll try. First, we'll balance the bank book. All right. Yeah, let's balance it. Do we have space? I need to remove this sales account now. Right? No hard feelings. I just want to remove it because I have to balance this bank account. Let's erase it. Erase, erase, clear off, clear off, clear off, clear off, clear off, and make enough space to balance our bank account. To balance our bank account, we need to balance and we need space. Okay. Now we have space. Okay. Draw the lines further down because we need more space. I hope you can see the bank account, children. Hope you can see the bank account fully. Yeah. Let's draw the lines further down. I'm getting space to balance our bank account, right? Center line. All right. Let's balance this. Let's balance it off. Children, what we do is, first of all, we draw the sum boxes, the sum boxes. Some say total box, totaling box, some say sum box. It doesn't matter. The box or the end of a column where you sum up and mention the sum in it, that is the sum box. So I'm going to draw the sum boxes. Likewise, both sides. All right. First step, draw the sum boxes to get the sum and to put the sum or the addition of the amount columns. Both sides, draw the sum boxes. First step done. Second step, guess on which side you have the greater total. The addition is higher on the debit side or on the credit side. Obviously, when you look at the entries, you can guess the debit side has a higher total. Yeah? Let's sum up. 25,000 plus 12, 37. 37 plus 18, 47. 55. 55 plus 18, 73. Plus 10, 83. Plus 8, 91. Plus 17, 101, 108. 108,000 on the debit side. Okay, right, 108,000 we have on the debit side amount column. Same total should be on the credit side amount column. So this 108,000 should go to the credit side amount column. The same should be mentioned on the credit side. The same as you balance the cash book. Same as you balanced the cash book. All right. Not here. Not in this column. In this column. Yeah. Okay. So 108,000 on the credit side amount column. 108,000. Now what you do is you take the credit column total, write it on a rough paper or somewhere you have space to do a working. Take the credit side total. Let's take the credit side total. 20 plus 12, 32 plus 8, 40 plus 15, 55. We get the credit side total 55, and we have already got the debit side total 108, 108 minus or subtract this from that. Credit side total subtracted from debit side total. Take the difference. That is the balance. 0, 0, 0, 53. Is that clear? 53. 53. That is, children, your balance carried down, which should be mentioned on the credit side amount column just on top of the sum box, because when you put this sum 108, which was the total of the debit side, you clearly knew that credit side sum or the addition is not 108. You subtract the credit side sum, credit side column total from the debit side column total 108 and take the difference. That difference you record as the balance. Now when you add the column and when you get the column total, you get 108. That is the theory. Okay. In practice, get this to your heads. In practice, entire amount or the total received amount which is on the debit side is 108, and from that you have spent or money has gone out 55. Remainder is this, that is the balance remaining in the bank account. Okay, you write balance carried down. Balance carried down for that 53,000. Furthermore, you should do one more thing, children. One more thing, small final step. Bring this balance carried down forward to the next accounting period, to the debit side. And you write the debit side below the sum box, the same balance amount. And I'll move to this side for better viewing, and you write balance brought forward to the next accounting period or for the next month. This is the balance. Just like there was a balance in the cash book. Just like there was a balance in the cash book. See? To begin with, just like this. Now we have a balance in the bank book for the next accounting period. It's 53,000. Well, we are done with balancing. But there are two amount columns in the bank book. In the cash book too, there are two amount columns. What are these two amount columns? Why, children, did you forget the discount column? Did you forget the discount column? Did you forget that? Both sides we have the discount columns. Did you forget that? Can't forget that. Just like in the cash book, in the bank book also, you have discount columns. You have, don't you? You have. What about these discount columns? Are you going to balance them? No, you're not going to balance them. You don't balance them, children. Don't balance the discount columns. Yes, I know that they are next to the amount column on both sides. And amount columns are balanced. Debit and credit amount columns are balanced. But do not balance the discount columns. We do not balance the discount columns. Remember, discount columns are just memorandum columns. They are drawn in the cash book and in the bank book just to memorize or just to notify that there were discounts given. Sum total or the addition of the discount columns should be transferred to the relevant discount account. That's all. Let's say there were some discounts. Now in this exercise, children, we don't have discounts. In this exercise, we don't have any discounts. No discounts. Discount column is empty. No discounts on both sides. Discount column is empty. Let's say that there were some discounts. Let's say there was a discount here, 500, and another discount, 700. Just for an example, if these discounts were here on this side, and somewhere here also there was a discount of 100 and 100 and 250. What you do is you take the total, just mention the total in the discount column. Debit side also, in the discount column, mention the total and you let it be. Just leave it. You don't balance the discount columns. I said the same thing now several times, okay? Do not balance the discount columns. Just put the total in each column. And finally, when you end the question, draw the discount accounts. Discount allowed account, discount received account. Discount allowed account and discount received account. Okay, draw the discount accounts and transfer the amounts to the relevant account. Transfer the discount allowed amount to the discount allowed account, debit side. Transfer the discount received amount to the discounts received account, credit side. Done. That's it. Okay. 350 on the debit side of discounts allowed account. 1200 is on the credit side of discount received account. Here you can write creditors, description. This side, the description is debtors. That's it, children. Well, did something more than what were given in the question. We discussed how to handle the discount columns. Same treatment for the discount columns in the cash book too. In the cash book too, the discount columns should be totaled and totals should be mentioned, right? Totals should be mentioned in the sum boxes. Do not balance the discount columns. Just mention the totals. Okay. Same as that, we did the same. We gave the same treatment to the discount columns of the bank book also. Finally, transfer the discount column totals to the relevant discount accounts. Discounts allowed debit, discounts received credit. Children, we completed this exercise, this activity number 1, which is in your textbook. Unfortunately, there were no discounts, but we discussed how to treat discounts. Recorded the opening balances, recorded the transactions in the relevant book, cash book and bank book, and in the relevant ledger accounts, right? And the rest of the transactions, all the transactions we recorded, right? Finally, we balanced the cash book. We balanced the bank book, the bank account. So, not a lot, but we did quite something, quite literally a question which will earn you around 5-6 marks maybe in your exam if you get a full question from the bank book with discounts, cash book and bank book with discounts. Well, we took a long time, quite a long time, but in your exam, be sure to allocate only the given time by calculating the marks allocated, marks given for the question. By considering the marks, finish the question in the given time. Okay. With that, children, we can wrap it up. We can wind up this session. Bank account and cash book. We had a cash book in the activity. So we prepared the cash book too. Both books go hand in hand. All right. So with that, we'll end today's session. In the next session, children, we are going to talk about bank overdrafts and how bank overdrafts are recorded in bank accounts. Plus, we will start the bank reconciliation statement. Interesting stuff. Definite questions from bank reconciliation part. Definitely, you might get a question in your exam paper. So get together. Together we will learn what these bank reconciliations are. Right. Hoping to see you soon. Thank you very much.